What are the top three qualities an individual should possess?
Showing up consistently, showing up with passion make all the difference. Whatever you want to achieve, we go through this particular concern. That this is what I wanted to achieve, this is how I wanted to do it. If your expectations are, look, this is what I wanted to perform, or this is how I wanted to perform, but don't benchmark yourself to other people. Then conflict happens.
We are very excited and humbled by the presence of our guest today, Mr. Easo Thampy Mathew. He is the Executive Vice President of Aptech. He has spent over 2 decades with the company and he has spearheaded many brands within the company. He has been a pivotal person to have brought up arena animation within the company of Aptech. He has a reservoir of knowledge and expertise that he will share with us today, and he has been so kind to take time off his busy schedule to be with us today. We are extremely grateful for you being with us today, sir.
Thank you. I'm also happy.
So, sir, the first thing that I would like to ask you is that what are the top three qualities an individual should possess or develop to become successful in his or her career?
Okay, hi everyone. It's a very interesting question, that what a person should possess if he or she wants to be successful. It goes without saying that you should be disciplined, right? Because whatever is the area in which one wants to succeed, discipline is given. Because showing up consistently, showing up with passion make all the difference. We all go through this, as professionals, as entrepreneurs, or whatever you want to achieve, we go through this particular concern. First of all, we have to show up. Right, today I have to go to office. The thought is there. But today I have to go to school. Showing up is one thing. Showing up consistently is another thing. And showing up consistently with the same kind of energy.
Yes.
So when I say discipline, that's what I mean by discipline. Second part is everybody talks about strength. You should know the strength, which is important. But I must say that it is all the more important, especially for knowledge workers, to know that how do I perform? How do I do my job? Because it's as unique as personality of every human. Then how do I perform? It's not the same for everybody. Everybody works in a special way. So how do you find out how do I perform? What am I good at? That largely depends on you constantly seeking feedback. Because feedback, we end up thinking that it is given. No, it is taken. Feedback is taken. So you have to have that continuous urge to seek feedback on what you have done, how you are doing it, with a clear understanding of fairness to yourself.
So this is a feedback from an external source or an internal?
Either way. Both are. Say, for example, if you have your baseline figures defined, that this is what I wanted to achieve, this is how I wanted to do it. If your expectations are defined, you can do both. Sometimes you can sit down and ask, look, this is what I wanted to perform, or this is how I wanted to perform, or this is within the time frame I wanted to perform. You can check yourself that, did I do that? But don't benchmark yourself to other people. Then conflict happens. Then it starts affecting your confidence, and comparison will be the only thing that happens and not improvement. Third thing which I will say, that the ability to continuously learn. Because the way in which the market is evolving, the technology is changing, various aspects of life is changing, Now, if you wanted to operate in a city like Bangalore, probably 25 years back, if you know English and Kannada was good enough. But today, if you want to operate, how many other different languages you won't need to know?
Yes.
How many other different cultures which is there in this particular city?
Very true.
That's same because it's not about just India. There are so many international professionals are seeking their employment opportunities in a city like Bangalore.
Yes.
So it is your ability to continuously learn, whether it is on the sphere of your expertise or whether it is people handling. So if anyone who is disciplined enough to show up consistently with certain amount of energy and conviction, if anyone who knows that how do I perform, what makes me tick, how do I succeed, along with an ability to learn, a willingness to learn continuously, I think that can definitely help a person to succeed in life. That's what I think.
Great, sir. Great, sir. So then, a feedback mechanism, a disciplined life, and a constant learning are the three top qualities you would say for a person to achieve success. Okay. So, if an individual is uninterested in any of the traditional methods of learning, like we have college and schools, which do focus more on a traditional way of learning. So we have many individuals, many students nowadays who are not very much into that. Like their heart is not into that, but they are doing it because of so many factors. Maybe just to get a degree or there were parental pressure, whatever that may be. So in those cases, would you suggest a career in animation or in gaming to be a very viable option? Would it be a better option for them to pursue?
Okay, so it's very difficult that one will say this is traditional and something else is new age. It's kind of a classification depending on where do you stand. You know, if without understanding STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, without understanding that, how will somebody become a very good animator himself? So because in animation itself or VFX, there are many times physics is involved.
Yes.
There will be other aspects involved. They will learn anatomy. So first of all, that perception that this is very traditional or this is very new age is one thing. There's always there. But it is important that what is it that you want to do? The question is, there will be people who want to exceptionally brilliant mathematicians are more, but everybody can learn trigonometry. But you may not become a brilliant mathematician. That's a different story. What? So what is it you want to do? That knowledge, that understanding is the first step. Now, if I know that, look, I'm not good at something, this is not a good place to be in. Okay, that comes from a comparison of that's not good or I am not good at this. There's always, everybody has got it. It's more important to concentrate on what the person is good at. Okay, now I am a creative storyteller. I am a content creator. I am a visualizer. If I have those kind of skills, so the school traditional education system should provide certain methods of understanding what is this person is good at. Once they figure that this person is good at STEM, this person is good at fine arts, this person is good at content creation, or someone else is good at project management, once you figure that out, which is like earlier when we were discussing, it's about feedback mechanism, it is about how do I perform. Once the education system figures out a method, an approach, that this is how it works, or this is how I can find out that what this Bhavna is good at. If I figure that out, now give that person a conducive environment to become an animator or a VFX artist or something else. That is applicable to traditional and that is applicable to new age.
Okay.
It's not that kind of a conducive environment is required only for animators. How? The moment a person figures out be it traditional or be it new. This is what I want to do. Then they will show up regularly. They will show up with consistency. They will show up with a lot of spirit. Because they know this is what I enjoy. This is what I want to do. All the problem comes in, all this classification matter comes in. Okay. Now coming from an employability or a gainful employment opportunity as far as these. Animation VFX is from a content creation, economic growth. They are the kind of opportunities an youngster can definitely pursue because it's a sunrise industry. It's just coming up. It needs more people now and more people who understand, was native to this environment. Like for example, if I'm not native to a digital, I adopted it. But today's 20-year-olds are born into the digital environment. So the way they will consume or the way they will create will be far more inclusive. It will be far more inventive than anybody like me or in my age group will do. So I must, to answer to you, give you a direct answer. Animation or visual effects or gaming or any related field of digital or content creation economy this is the right time to be in. It's a good place to be. But you better figure out, is that what you want?
What you want, your interest, your strength.
That makes a lot of difference.
Great. So what would you say is the main difference between students passing out from Arena? What is the advantage that they get with the training that they receive at Arena Animation?
See, Arena, we always endeavored to be a shaper of creativity. We are well aware that you cannot creativity in 2 years. Okay? I cannot make somebody creative in 2 years. They have creativity in them. It is our ability to figure that out, that this person is creative. And then shape that creativity for a gainful employment. Shape that creativity. Give the right tools, right environment, right ideation, right amount of theoretical content, and give them exposure to practice sessions, build an industry connect where they will be able to interact with the experts, have certain amount of life skills being acquired in the system, not just technical skill.
Yes.
So it is about a rounded approach. It's not just about teaching them some tools and sending them off to a wide world. No. Arena always believe that the person needs to get or become a rounded personality, wherein they should get feedback for their conduct, how they talk, how they behave, or they should get exposure of certain life experiences by going to an event, spending there away from their home, working with other people, or sharing a room with someone else. Each one of those are critical elements of growing up. So a person enters as a student in Arena, and that person should pass out of Arena as a creative professional, a person who can visualize and create things which is what he or she never thought is possible. That's what Arena, that is why Arena is, over the 27 years, is different and trained more than 400,000 students, is because it consistently tried to keep the student in the center of learning. Not some tools or not some technology. Student in the center of that ability to create content in the center of it.
Yes. So even like you said, we strive to put out a well-rounded individual by the end of their course. And one of the factors that really helped them was the National Student Meet that happened this time at Hyderabad. So where all the students met up along with the industry stalwarts, and they had so much of interaction with them, the workshops, and they met the professionals one-on-one, and they could get so much from them back. So that really helped the students.
That's only way, because when you meet someone like VFX supervisor of the repute like Srinivas Mohan.
Yes.
Look, he is in his own right to a legend. Now, how many students will get an opportunity? At my age, the only people which I met is my teacher. In their age, when I was by some teachers.
Yes.
Or that's it.
Meeting the principal was a great.
So that is was most of the time when he probably wanted to throw me out of the college, that's why he was meeting. So the whole thing is they are getting to meet someone who has done such fantastic works. The body of work which he has done so far is spectacular. Is mind blowing that he has done so much work. And then as a learner of this profession, and I have an opportunity to meet that person.
Yes.
And that makes a lot of difference.
So at a student level, it's
right to the same frame.
Yes.
In the same, like in previous events, we had people who was won Oscars coming down from US and spending time with the students. You just look at it, you're in the same frame.
Yes.
And what they achieve, and that gives you inspiration, aspiration, that gives you how they've endeavored with their task. Each one of this is critical to
Huge learnings student had. Yeah, that's a very good opportunity that the students achieve when they are with Arena. So yes. And right now, sir, like there are many students, the youth who come out of college and they have many options that are open to them. So let's say somebody is wondering whether they should get into a job or whether they should get into having their own production house or opening their own studio, become an entrepreneur. So with respect to making this decision, one question is that what should an individual consider? Whether what is he a proper fit for? Is he good to go for entrepreneurship or whether can he go into a job? And two, how does the AVGC sector support this decision? Either way, going for a job or for a entrepreneurship. What would you say, sir?
On the first part, if I'm going to take up a job, then by 30th day, I'll have some money in my pocket. Okay. But if I'm going to start something, then I'll be responsible to put that money in someone else. Right?
Very true.
Now, fundamentally, there is a big difference between the two.
Huge difference.
Though I have to do my work, I have to know my craft in both the aspects. But that beyond craft knowledge to be an entrepreneur is significant. Yes. Either you have it. It's very difficult to learn entrepreneurship in a very short period. That's why you might notice that certain communities in every state or as a whole the country, certain communities are very active in entrepreneurial tasks. And certain communities are very good in managing things. So it either you have, and the ecosystem really builds into you that to be an entrepreneur. So I'm not saying that nobody can learn entrepreneurship, but yeah, you come with a mindset. Because when I'm a professional, all I need to perform is I need to understand the task given to me. I have to understand what is the performance metrics expected of me and deliver on that.
Yes.
I'm good. But the moment when I am going to become an entrepreneur, I have to know 10 other things other than the craft. The financial aspect of it. How do I manage my resources? How do I maintain my labor laws related aspects? How do I ensure that working capital is available? How do I know that what is the right price to quote? Oh, there is multiple other aspects comes in. So I don't want to suggest it as a binary, that is either or. I'll say that it's always good for a professional who understands the craft to work in a good environment for a period. So then this person will know that how does the industry function. The person will get to network because it's very essential in an entrepreneur to have a network.
Yes.
Know the right people. So if you work successfully in an organization for some time, you get the opportunity to know the baseline, know what involves, what are the people, what is the billing cycle, or what are the things which goes into billing, you know. Then, if you get into an entrepreneurial drive, you can identify like-minded people, work together, you know. But having said that, today's gig economy, almost everybody is an entrepreneur.
Yes.
So, with you getting, even as an individual, if you are taking a task and performing, certain amount of entrepreneurial skills can be developed in that manner as well. That's why it's not a very binary decision. But a safe approach with certain risk involved, but a safe approach will be either going for a gig worker for some time or work in an organization for some time, understand the boundaries, the exposures, and then kind of move into an entrepreneurial drive, because the country needs those kind of individuals who can bring about new ideas, new action. Unless otherwise, you have a great idea and it is a unique one. It's an Uber moment. And then if you want to straight away get into entrepreneurship, so be it. So,
Okay. So how
the
does,
second part of your question, yeah, good that you reminded me. The second part of the question, that how does ABGC environment good for a person to be entrepreneur? I think it's one of the very low resistance or very easy entrance. For example, if somebody is getting into a gaming gig worker and wanted to start off, most of the environment itself is free. You need to have a good quality machine. The rest is softwares are available, which is not subscription oriented. Probably you need some which is legally licensed. So the entry level costs are relatively low.
low?
And if you are going to work on your own idea, it's a bit challenging because you need a deep pocket to come out with a IP. But if you're going to take work and do it, I think the ABGC industry with its growth, with the kind of various avenues in gaming, digital content creation, feature films, various areas, VFX, various areas, it is a very good industry today with its matured approach toward gig working. It's a very good industry to be for anybody who wants to be an entrepreneur.
Wow. It's a very exciting industry.
It's exciting
Exciting.
because you are a storyteller, you are creating content.
Yeah.
And for that, you just go to a movie theater, while entering, you have so many things on your mind. You're worried, you're concerned, you have a lot of things. But at 2.5 hours, you are in a magic world. You can give, as a content creator, you can give that smile on the face of somebody.
Yes.
It's such a good place to be.
True, sir. True. So you had joined Aptech, I think, in 1998 as executive manager, and now you have reached the pinnacle of being a vice president. So there are many people who want to know how or what they do. How should they chart their career so that they can become the vice president of the company?
Very. It so happened this successful content creators many a times mentioned that a lot of people, after they won an Oscar or after they won some national award, people walks up to them and ask the question that, okay, you please tell us that how can you make an Oscar award winning? When I was making the movie,
Nobody can.
I know. So recently, when I was there in one of the events in Bangalore hosted by the government, Abhay, kind of a similar question was there, and I said that I actually never wanted to be a professional. When I was growing up, I wanted to be a priest.
Really? Okay.
A priest. I was very committed to that, and I just was trying to learn that what are this one. And after some time, I realized, no man, this is not for me. I'm not cut out for this. So I thought that I'll become an advocate.
Okay.
To a legal profession. So I started preparing for that. So my father said that, don't you think that you're swinging too much? Being a priest, which people think
too.
that you are the custodian of all the things. From there to a lawyer, where people think that this bugger opens the mouth to say something which is probably this, that, or anything. So I said, I'm also feeling that way, but let's see. Okay. Then I neither became a lawyer nor I became neither I became a priest nor I became a lawyer. So if I would have gone either way, there is no designation available in this vice president or executive vice president or any of those. Positions doesn't matter. something which I learned when I was doing my program with XLRI, and we have done certain studies in terms of designations provided by certain companies and designations provided by certain MNCs. And what is the role and responsibility difference or salary benefits in these two? No, there isn't much. Somebody will call themselves as vice president and you feel very good about it. But some other company might call that person as manager of business. But that person might be getting similar kind of responsibilities, role, and financial benefits. It's not about positions. Yeah. Of course, it sounds good. It's about the quality of work which you do, the body of work which you do, the kind of satisfaction which you derive from what you do. If a person is able to do something which he or she can be proud of, or the expected audience, the expected result is bringing some smile, some happiness, some benefit to another human being, whether you are a guard in front of that office or whether you are an executive vice president of an organization, I think that is more of ego boosting kind of designation. That's one side of the story. And to answer that part which you are asking, that how one should go about planning. We said in the first question, it's the same. You have to show up every day. You have to show up consistently. And you have to show up consistently with certain amount of conviction to do what you are supposed to do. And you have to enjoy it. Once you have that discipline to do that part of it, at least in my case, I always thought that I'm average, 40%. If somebody of my level of understanding or knowledge could travel the distance, I think nobody stops anyone on traveling the distance. Provided you show up consistently, you show up with certain amount of conviction and energy to do what you're supposed to do. You have the willingness to learn. Something is possible. Designations doesn't matter, which you'll be happy.
Great, sir. Great. What is the latest book you're reading, sir?
I'm reading now Practicing Mind, which is more about the author is trying to communicate to us that life is more about a long practice session. Okay. Multiple times I ask successful professionals, when is the previous occasion you practiced yourself? You will say, why do I need to practice? I'm doing this job for 5 years. And we all know that all the successful sports personnel, they go for practice. Why they are going to practice when you and me doesn't need practice? We think that we know it, we don't need practice. Why is that Dhoni gets up in the morning or Virat goes to practice? Out of their mind. He has got 10,000 runs, 20,000 runs, 30,000 runs, or Cristiano Ronaldo scored X number of goals. Why should they go for practice?
Yes.
As professionals, they need practice. So, it is a mindset. So, it is saying practicing is a mindset. Otherwise, lifelong, if I'm trying to learn golf at this particular age and I'm trying to play, and I'll keep swinging for years together. Like a lot of people believe that they can learn everything from YouTube online, and that's what you need. When I'm going in and I want to learn it, probably I might be that one of that person you take right through in this colony, and where people are saying that probably some of the people who played with him saying that probably he'll play again. He'll play more seasons. Because there is so much of energy is still there to show up every day. Show up consistently and have that energy to do what it is to do. So as long as people has got that kind of mindset, they will succeed. That is a kind of content which is there in practice. It talks about you need to have a mindset of to do practice.
Practice.
And that's applicable to everybody. I have seen most of the time when you're flying, the pilots are all the time they're reading.
Yeah.
Because some guideline changes, some norms changes, some technology upgrade happens, some software changes. So there's no option. And every period I've been told that they will have to go back to the simulator to learn those changes. Practice.
Yes. Yes, sir. So, Arena Animation commonly, it's 22 years since we have started, and this year we are celebrating our 22nd birthday, if you may say so. And a lot of the credit goes to you, sir,
Okay.
because you have stood behind us and you have guided us and you have supported us and periodically you have pulled us up and you have shown us that, okay, this is not happening, you need to do this. So the course correction you have done for us. And the person who started this, Mr. Kumar, so he considers you as his mentor. And you have always been there through thick and thin and helped us. And we have successfully placed so many students in the top companies. And our students have got the best education from our center, thanks to my great team who is doing a wonderful job. And the credit of all of this goes to you also, definitely, because at the end we are placing the students, and when they come back to us and say that we have finished our journey and then we have got this placement, though of course when we came in we were not sure, but now we have got this placement, that credit definitely goes to you, because you have made us stand for so many years and you have given us those motivating words. I have attended so many of your meetings, and I have always found that the discipline you have, the work ethics that you have, and the kind of evolving that you had through your thought process or through the kind of experience that you've garnered. I mean, you travel through the length and breadth of the country and internationally. So you've met so many people, and yet you're so humble that you come back and you share your experiences with us. I thank you so much for this wonderful interaction, sir. Thank you so much, and wish you all the best for your future. And please continue to support us and be there for us.
It's a tall order. I must say that I was so trying to hold on to the chair that every time you're seeing something. Look, you go out and talk to people. That's why I'm paid for, and that's my job. I go out and talk to people. What they do with that is 100% their credit. 100%. Because I have already been compensated. When I came here, I spent my time, I'm done what I'm supposed to do. So, if you have understood or you applied some of those points which we have discussed at various points in time, there's only one set of people who can claim credit for it, is the team, you, Kumar. They are the only people. Because it's our job. We are supposed to do what we are supposed to do. We continue to do that. We have that happiness. That no one takes away from us. That, look, you went there and to people and somebody got inspired or somebody connected with that and they took it under hand and they succeeded. God bless them. Right. And you can be happy that, yeah, it happened. It's a nice thing that it happened. The rest is, God willing, and you have harder. So I think Kumar was always committed in the students and being subsequently you ended the play and we continued to work. You always have a deep team, a feet. And the students were committed to do the practice sessions and they had themselves. So I wish that you guys continue this good work and try and see that your student works in award-winning movies, studios, or they create their own organizations
And I wish all of you, all the members is associated with this effort of running into the basis. All of you who comes together for the well-being of the students, and all the parents who believes in their children to pursue an alternate area like animation, visual face casing, or receive manipulation. I wish that it is the work really goes to those parents who are taking that decision which is not in the law. And most people always waiting in the already fabric in easily things. They take us, so I did it since the cumulative effort. And the credit goes to all of you and all the very best. Some of us wish you guys all the best for your next 20 years, 30 years work.
Thanks very much.
Then